Now we're just about ready to start building our first flow. I understand that to this point it's taken some time, and I really appreciate your patience and bearing with myself through the necessary setup and discussion. Throughout the rest of this workshop, we'll be doing much more building and also speaking about elements and more terminology of Boomi Flow. First, we have the page element. We'll be working with this for building our Salesforce Lead Manager app. So the page element is one of our shared elements. The purpose of the page element is to allow flow builders to lay out the structure of the pages the users will interact with as part of the flow application. The page element is similar to the step element in that it shows users a screen. The page element is extremely extensible and allows builders to create their own components and containers as needed to give the users the best possible experience using the flow application. The page element gives you a richer variety of options to structure and display rich content with. Once you create a page layout, it can be used by any flow in your tenant. If you reuse a page layout, it is pre-populated with the information gathered previously, which means any components you have added and your containers remain the same. Word of caution here though, if you edit the page layout in one flow, the page layout changes for the entire tenant. You can also create a page layout first and then use it in a flow. To do this, click on the Pages tab in the Drawing tool, click New Page Layout, and configure the page layout. You can also create a page layout while building your flow by dragging and dropping a page element to the canvas and configuring the page layout, which is what we'll be actually showing you throughout the exercises upcoming. Here we'll go a little deeper into the page element and talk more about the features of the page element. A page container is used to determine the scaffolding of your page, and page containers also allow flow builders to set out the relative position of page components on the page. In comparison with HTML5, a page container would be equivalent to a div tag. As a result, page containers do not have any value or input. They are simply used to determine the page layout or scaffolding aspects of the page. Next, we'll speak about page components. A page component is used to show or edit information on your page. In comparison to HTML5, a page component would be equivalent to an input text area or similar tag. As a result, page components typically do have a value or input and are used to prompt the user for some form of input or to view a particular piece of information on the page. The three page components that we'll be working with in our flow building upcoming here are the presentation component, the table component, and the input component. We'll speak more about each of these later in the workshop. Now, for exercise 6, we'll begin building the first page of our flow. We're going to be looking at the page element here and working with numbers 1 through 4 of your activity guide on pages 49 to 50. So here we are back on our canvas, and what we want to do is click to drag and drop a page element. We can line it up with our start. We can see that there's a dotted line that's given to us to show that things are aligned. And now on the right hand side, the window for our page opens. Here we're going to name this as our leads page, and then click on the plus new page layout. So here we can see our new page layout, and we want to expand this toolbar on the left hand side so we can see our page components. Now that we can see the page layout, we're going to go back into some more slide demonstrations and talk next about the configuration and disk icons. Here we have the configuration icon, which allows the flow builder to rename a new page, and then the disk icon, which allows the flow builder to periodically save the page being worked on once a change has been made.